During the mid-1990s, 1996 to 1999, Jamaica's financial sector experienced a period of instability, and the government intervened to assist as well as to implement improvements to the regulation and supervision of the sector. The Financial Services Commission (FSC) was created to oversee the regulation of Jamaica's insurance, pension, and securities industries.
I was given this opportunity to when the government of the day wanted to create an integrated financial sector regulator out of they didn't have anything. There was nothing. There were some predecessor entities, but there was something new had to be created, and I got the chance. I'm really grateful for it, to literally put it all together and lead and carry out all the different pieces of work. It was sort of from concept and policy, legislation, all the way down to sort of premises, finding the right premises, staffing, to create and pull together this institution. I feel very proud of having had the chance to do that and successfully completing it.
The FSC is one side of the financial sector supervisory coin, the other being the Bank of Jamaica (BOJ), which regulates deposit-taking institutions, that is, banks, building societies, and trust companies. While at the helm, Brian Hector Wynter provided sound leadership and played a transformative role in both entities over the years, from which the country has benefited significantly. The Bank of Jamaica, with Mr. Wynter as governor, achieved low stable inflation, coming from a high of 20% in 2009 down to a low rate of 4%. Another significant success has been the achievement of exchange rate stability. In the fiscal year before he took office at the BOJ in 2009, the Jamaican dollar depreciated by 24.9%, and by 2018-19, the rate of depreciation was 0.4%, with an appreciation of more than 2% the year before.
Challenges come to you. You don't necessarily always seek them out. And I think Jamaica's economic transformation, that I had the opportunity to be involved or part of the leadership of making this really difficult turn that Jamaica made, and the credit there is for all Jamaicans. One that other countries and other people in the world look at and say, wow, how could you do that?
The government has seen it fit to recognize Mr. Wynter for his contribution, appointing him as member of the Order of Jamaica, the country's third highest honor.
It's very humbling to receive this honor. I'm also very proud. It was such a privilege to be able to lead such outstanding people who work at the Bank of Jamaica. They deserve as much credit for this as I am getting. I'm getting it in a way on behalf, I believe, on behalf of the kind of commitment to the public good, the way people really focus their energies in really difficult circumstances. It was such a privilege to work with them.
Mr. Wynter's motivation towards excellence and service and his commitment to public good was sustained by the positive role models in his life as well as caring persons around him.
It helps a lot, and I've benefited from this, to have a kind of a loving family and caring people around you who allow you to sort of focus on all these things. And I have had that benefit in my wife and my broader family around me. They've been extremely supportive. So I think that's a motivating factor as well when you have that kind of security.
Brian Wynter considers himself the product of a real Caribbean family, with his mother born in St. Vincent and his father born in Cuba. He himself was born in Jamaica, where he spent part of his childhood years before moving to England.
I spent a lot of time living with my grandmother here in Jamaica. She's known as Miss Birdie in the radio series of the day, and spent quite a bit of time with my grandparents in St. Vincent as well. But then from the time I was about 8 or 9, we moved to Europe, and I spent much of my later years of youth in the UK and in other countries in Europe.
Most of his education was in the United Kingdom, where he went to high school and university, which was followed by graduate school in the United States.
I have been a financial person, working in banking, in the private sector, in the in New York in the earlier years, and then here in Jamaica.
Brian Wynter later worked in the public sector, where he is better known to the public for heading the Financial Service Commission and then the Bank of Jamaica up until 2019.